I am going to show how to make this popcorn stitch. This is a very old stitch. It's probably one of the first stitches that I ever learned how to crochet many years ago, many decades ago actually. And it is a one-sided pattern, so you've got this beautiful thick bobble look on one side, and on the back it is completely flat, so it makes a good hot pad, which is what I'm going to use it for. I'm going to be using this mercerized cotton, and this color is bay leaf. Going to be using a 5mm crochet hook. Start with a slip knot. For this project, I'm going to chain 38 for my foundation chain. However, you can chain any even number that you want. Once you finish your foundation chain, we're going to start row 1. For row 1, I will be working in the back bump, which is right here along the back edge, these little loops that stick up. And the reason I do that is because I find that it keeps the loops from stretching out too much. A lot of times when you do a row 1, and you go into the regular stitches, it will stretch out really bad. So I'm just trying to keep the front beginning edge a little bit tighter. In the second chain from the hook, so you don't count the chain on the hook. So 1, 2, I'm going to turn it around to the back bump. So right there, I'm going to put a single crochet. And then I'm going to put a single crochet in every stitch all the way to the end of the foundation chain. If you don't want to go in the back bump, you can go into the regular front part of your chain. Okay, I have completed row 1 with single crochets in every stitch, and I am going to move my tail to the top of the row so that it's easier to work into my project. For row 2, we're going to chain 1 and turn. And you're going to put a single crochet in the first stitch, and I'm just going to work that tail in by putting it over my stitch. And then in the next stitch is going to be our popcorn stitch, and that is 5 double crochets in the same stitch. So yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. That's double crochet. Now do 4 more. Once you have 5 double crochets, take your hook out of the loop, put it in the first loop that you did for your first double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put your hook right there through that first double crochet loop. Grab your working chain, pull through, and that is your first popcorn stitch. Then put a single crochet in the next stitch, and then another popcorn stitch in the next stitch. So do your 5 double crochets. Take your hook out, go to your first double crochet loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Grab your working chain. Oops, lost it. Pull through, and then do a single crochet in the next stitch. And you will continue to do that all the way to the end of the row, alternating your popcorn stitch of 5 double crochets closed together with single crochets. Just keep repeating all the way to the end. Okay, I'm getting down to the end of the row and I have 2 stitches left. And we'll do popcorn stitch. And I will end with a single crochet. So when you finish, oh wait, I forgot to connect my popcorn stitch. When you finish that first row of popcorn stitches, you're gonna have a project that looks kind of curly like this. It doesn't lay straight, but it will lay straight after you do row 3. For row 3, we will chain 1, turn your work, and we're going to put a single crochet in every stitch. So the thing that's a little bit odd about this is if you just look down at your row, you've got the chain 1 or the single crochet stitch is pretty obvious to see. But the stitch that you're going to go into that formed your popcorn stitch, where you put your 1st and 5th chains together, it sort of turns in just a little bit. So you want to make sure you're grabbing the right thing. So we'll start with a single crochet, and that one's pretty easy to see. And then you need to go and you make sure that you are going into both the front and the back loop of that. And once you start doing that single crochet row, you will see that your project sort of begins to flatten out a little bit, and it loses that kind of curly look. So that's going to straighten it out. And continue to do your single crochets all the way to the end of the row. That is the end of row 3. For the rest of the project, you are going to just repeat rows 2 and 3. Row 2 being the one where you do your popcorn stitches and single crochets, and row 3 being single crochets all the way across. So chain 1, there is a chain 1 at the beginning of every row. Single crochet to start with. So row 2, you will start and end with a single crochet, and in between will be your popcorn stitches and single crochet alternating. So then do your popcorn stitch. And that is your pattern. You keep repeating that until you get the size that you want. Okay, I'm getting to the end of where I would like my project to be, but because this is going to be a hot pad and I want to give it as a gift, I am going to put this tag, and I'm going to put it on the back because the hot item will sit on the part where the popcorn stitches are. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it right there. So I'm going to do this. First, let me do this single crochet. And then I'm going to do the popcorn stitch. And I'm going to keep going until I get to the stitch where I can lay the tag flat. Okay, now I have reached to the point where this can lay flat. So I'm going to put this through the loop. And I have 2 stitches left, and I'm going to do popcorn stitch and a single crochet to finish this row. Okay, now I'm going to do the single crochet row, and I believe that will be the end of the row. You do want to end your project with a single crochet row, just so it has the same type of edge as the beginning. If you're doing a tag, make sure that you put your stitches behind the tag. Okay, that is the end of that. This project is approximately 9 inches. Not quite 9 tall, but if I go another row of popcorn stitches, it's going to put me over 9, and I'm just going to stop right there. And I'm going to cut my yarn. And I'm going to tie a knot. And I'm just going to tie another little knot just to make sure that it's locked in good. And then take a crochet needle. And I'm going to weave in the tail. And that is it. It's a very nice, thick hot pad, but it also has some flexibility to it. If you want to make a smaller size, so maybe don't chain 38, if you chain, say, maybe 30, and then go up and make a nice square, you could use it as a pot holder, I believe. This size is a little big for a pot holder. It's just hard to hold on to, but you could use it as a pot holder if you wanted to. But I like that it's flat on one side and bumpy on the other. That's it.